hello there, hello. Yes, while it may look like I sleep and I live in front of a camera, I must tell you that I do have a life. But the reason why I do what I do on a daily basis and without skipping a bit, without missing any single show is because I have a why, a very strong why. And today I would like to take the time to share my why with you, all right? You don't want to miss this, all right? So grab some popcorn, make yourself comfortable, sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Welcome to Mountain of Inspiration, a place where you can expect to receive your daily dose of motivation and transformation through the eyes of history. Why? Simply because we believe, and I believe as your host, Dimitri, that anything and everything that you and I may be going through has been experienced to some degree by someone before us. And if we can take the time to simply identify, review, and then apply the lessons they left behind for us, then we can save ourselves a great amount of time. And if this is the first time landing on this channel, please make sure that you actually do yourself a big favor. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see the video, all right? And if you're returning member to this great trial, welcome back. Welcome back to a place where you can expect to receive your daily dose of transformation and motivation through the eyes of history, all right? And I just want to say thank you again, once again, for all your likes, for all your comments, for all your shares, for everything that you'll be doing around this channel called Mountain of Inspiration. My name is Dimitri, once again, as your host. All I can say is thank you very much. I am beyond grateful for all that you've been doing for all these past few months, and I'm just amazed, and I'm just completely humbled to know that people are paying attention to what we're doing. And you know what? All I can say, as far as the Mountain Inspiration is concerned, the best is yet to come, all right? So, as a matter of fact, I just realized I forgot to actually tie my hands. So let me just do that quickly, because it seemed like this young man, Dimitri, is just spending his life in front of a camera, basically, day in, day out. He's basically in front of a camera, taping something. He has basically nothing to do, and all he does on a daily basis is want to talk about something, some guy named Louis XIV or Louis XVI or the 15th or Napoleon, Nelson Mandela, and all these people, all these controversial people that's out there, and nobody knows about them, and that's all he does on a daily basis. And, okay, I hope I look good right now because I don't have a mirror in front of me. But today, I'm going to take the time to share with you why I do what I do on a daily basis. But before I get to that, let me just start with a story. About 4 years ago, I found myself in the middle of a transaction. Basically, I had to go for the very first time to a place called Shanghai. I had never set foot in Shanghai, and as a matter of fact, I'd never been to Asia before. But all I knew is that I had to actually make the trip to Shanghai, and there was a transaction that had to take place between myself and someone in Shanghai. So I did all that I was supposed to do from my hand to actually make things happen. And eventually I say, you know what, I'm coming to Shanghai. They say, you coming? I say, I'm coming. They say, how long will I be in Shanghai for? I say, I'm going to be there for 4 days. They heard me over the phone, and you could hear that there was a pause, a moment of disbelief over the line, because the person is saying, you coming to Shanghai? You are in Canada. You're going to come to Shanghai for 4 days? Okay, they say, okay, this guy is either crazy or he's just a joker. Sure enough, I went to the embassy. I got my visa for 10 years, and eventually I booked my flight. I say, okay, here's my flight number, here's my passport number, here's everything that you need to know about me. And they say, when I send them all the information, the travel detail, then they knew that I was serious, but they were also very shocked. But why are you coming for 4 days? So that was another question. So I asked them, because I'm coming to Shanghai for the very first time in my life, and you have all my information. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and I don't know where you're going to be. So please tell me where I can actually stay in terms of hotel accommodations. So they gave me some hotel that was close to the airport, and they said, that's where you should be. Of course, it was close to the airport, and that was the only reason why they wanted me to actually stay there. But I look at all the other hotels in the Shanghai city, I said to myself, but out of all the hotels that are in Shanghai, this beautiful city, why are these people asking me to stay in some less than interesting, I would say, very interesting place in Shanghai? Yes, cheap, It's close to the airport, but it doesn't look like something I really like to actually go to when it comes to traveling to a foreign place for the first time. But I say, you know what, I'm not going to argue with you. As a matter of fact, my wife said to me, you know what, if that's where they want you to stay, just go stay there. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So I decided, I booked my flight, and I spent 14 hours on a flight between Toronto and Shanghai. So needless to say, by the time I got to Shanghai, my body was beyond exhausted. But by the way, very quickly, my plan was, you know what, I'm saying to myself, I'm going to show up early at the airport, make sure I'm going to show up early at Pearson Airport, make sure I'm going to dress nicely, be nice to all the stewards and all people actually at the check-in, and make sure I'm actually as friendly as possible. And hopefully, if there's some kind of empty row somewhere or empty seat in the first class or business class, they're going to ask me, you know, why don't you just come to the business class? But guess what? I got there the day of the flight, and I look at the number of people that was just waiting to actually board the flight. I said, this is crazy. How is it possible that in the middle of the week, all these people are all traveling to Shanghai today? I said, this is crazy. And by the time we started boarding the flight and we all got on the aircraft, I realized that the plane was actually full and was beyond full capacity. I said, but this is madness. How can people all want to be traveling to Shanghai today? I mean, so there's absolutely no way that anyone going to tell me, you know what, sorry, because we seem to have some open space somewhere, please come. No! So I was basically stuck where I was for 14 hours. But the good thing is that for the 14 hours I spent in the air, the food was amazing, and as a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever been fed the way I've been fed on that flight between Toronto and Shanghai. So basically, it seemed like almost every couple hours, they were bringing you food, not just snack, but food. And when I say food, some very nice Chinese food, very amazing. And I kept saying to myself, if I'd known that this was the kind of food I would be eating on this flight, I would have not eaten the morning of the flight, because I was fed to a point where I kept saying the food is good, but I can't take it anymore. Anyways, let's just fast forward to Shanghai. I got to Shanghai. I stayed at the hotel where I was staying. I was a bit disappointed, but it's okay. It is what it is. I was there for business, not for pleasure. And the following morning, my business partner was supposed to come pick me up at the hotel and take me to where we were supposed to go have a meeting. They come pick me up. They were a bit late by 2 hours. So I'm saying to myself, my goodness, maybe I made a mistake coming to this place. These people are not here. And as a matter of fact, I already spent all the money I was supposed to spend on this transaction. And if they don't show up, I have only 4 days. So basically, within the next 2 days, I have to find a way to actually maybe fund them or just go back home empty-handed. Needless to say, they finally showed up after 2 hours later. So they took me to a place we were supposed to go to, and we had our business meeting. Everything was fine. After the meeting, they said to me, you know what, Dimitri, because this is the first time actually for you to come to this part of the world, so where would you like to eat? I said to them, I don't know. So we'd like to take you to a Western restaurant. I said, no, please don't. They said, why not? I said, yeah, because I live in North America. I have access to all the Western restaurants on a daily basis. I can go them as much as I want. So I'm right now in Shanghai. I want for you to take me to a local place where I can enjoy local food. So take me anywhere where you can go without having to think twice about the type of food you're going to get. So they look at me, they were shocked, but they were very happy to know that I was absolutely adventurous. So they take me to this restaurant. And when you got to the restaurant, you can tell that the owner of the restaurant was not expecting to see movement that very specific day of the week. But as soon as she saw that they were bringing, number one, the whole team from this company, and number two, were bringing, because I look like a foreigner, you could see that something happened to this old lady. She was basically like this. All of a sudden, she came back to life, and she was beyond excited, and I will never forget the look on her face. When she saw me, she acted as if she had been paid money to actually just greet me, and she was beyond excited that someone will look like me, will want to come to a restaurant. So all of a sudden, everything had to be amazing. So she made sure that they put on the air conditioner. She made sure that the best usher were going to bring me the food, and I was fed to the point where I said to myself, but this woman, there was no way she would know I wanted to come to this restaurant, because as a matter of fact, this was a last-minute decision. But why is it that she's actually greeting me as if I'm some kind of long-lost grandson from a different country, and we don't look anything like, there was nothing in common between us, but she embraced me from a distance. There was this huge smile on her face, as if a son of God himself had decided to actually come patronize her, and then she was beyond excited, and she almost wanted to just say, come see who's actually dining at my restaurant. And that look, I never forgot. So why am I telling you this story? Simply to say that in the same way that this woman actually blessed me with the way she actually embraced me, with the warm smile and the warm embrace that she gave me from a distance, to the point where even by the time I was done, I had to go back to her and say, thank you, because the way you treated me today, the way you embraced me, I felt amazing. Of course, I didn't speak the language, so I had someone that translated to her, and then she wasn't even beyond excited that I went back to work just to say thank you. Again, the reason why I'm telling you the story is the following. Because as far as you and I are concerned, we are like this woman. We all have something that someone out there is actually waiting to discover. As a matter of fact, if I can just go to the next level, I'll simply say that we all have something that doesn't really belong to us. As a matter of fact, that service that she provided that specific day, it didn't belong to her. It was a service that she was supposed to deliver to people like me. So she was there maybe to make money, but above and beyond everything, she was there to actually deliver service and to deliver food. I mean, with the best customer service approach possible. And then she delivered that, and she did definitely do that, and she actually left a very good impression on me. And as far as the rest of us are concerned, we have to realize that the following: each and every one of us is like a tree. A tree is basically a living entity that carries fruit that the tree itself cannot actually consume. But the fruits that the tree is actually carrying is supposed to be enjoyed by the people around the tree. So there is no tree in the world that can be like a cannibal that decides to actually eat its own fruit and actually just be self-sufficient. A tree is supposed to actually just produce fruit, and the fruit are supposed to be for the people around the tree. So this is how I see myself. I see myself as someone who on a daily basis has to show up to deliver something for someone out there who's basically waiting for the fruit that actually hanging from my tree. As a matter of fact, I can say that the books I read, the connection I make between the books I read, everything I remember from what I read 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it's not so much for me. The wisdom, the little wisdom that I have, it's not so much for me. But it's for me to actually come in front of a camera and share that as much as possible with the people out there, because you know what? I believe that someone out there is waiting for what I have to share. It could be just one person or a couple of people, and I don't even know if maybe the right people are actually watching it now. The right person is going to watch it 5, 10, 20, 30 years later. It doesn't matter, but as long as I'm taking the time to actually serve the food I'm supposed to serve, and serve it with the excellence that's supposed to actually accompany this type of food, then all I can say that yes, I've done my job, I've actually met my why, I've done what I'm supposed to do, and I can actually be comfortable with myself knowing that I've done what I came here to do, which is basically to be a tree producing fruit that can be enjoyed by people out there in the world. And this is the reason why on a daily basis, even when I don't feel like doing it, I remember the look that I saw on this lady in Shanghai, how she greeted me, how she embraced me, and we only met once, and that was the first and the last time, but she made me feel that, you know what, this is exactly why I came to open my restaurant today. I came to open this restaurant for someone like you. I want to make an impact on this person, and this person is going to come to this country for the very first time, and is going to go back to Canada, and is going to talk about this country because you provided this young man with the most amazing food and the most amazing customer service to actually make this young man remember that this country is a country of great people. That was the experience back then, and this is my experience now. So as much as possible on a daily basis, allow me to come before this camera, to actually just stand here, sit here and deliver the little that I know to actually share with you, and actually give you a word of motivation and a word of encouragement and a word of transformation. Someone may say to me, you know what, Dimitri, nobody needs motivation on a daily basis, because you know what, motivation is basically external. We need basically discipline to keep going. I would simply say foolishness. And I will just use one basic example to actually just demonstrate it. even in the army, where soldiers go through rigorous training to actually become disciplined on a daily basis, where soldiers basically actually go there, they have to become what they used to be as civilian and become soldiers, become machines in the army. Even these people, after all these years of actually training, from time to time, they need someone to come and deliver a speech before the fight, or to deliver a speech in the middle of the training. Why? To simply remind them of the why. Because if someone is not reminded of the why, eventually human minds will come to a place where we start wondering and we forget why we started what we started doing. And eventually, before you know it, even discipline will not mean anything, and we simply revert back to our old way. And before you know it, there is chaos in the army. And this is the reason why, as a motivator, I have to show up on a daily basis to deliver the word of motivation, to deliver the word of transformation. Why? Simply because my job is to be a tree, using the fruit that are actually on my tree, on my branches, to deliver them to you so you can eat, be strong, and carry on. Even just from one more day, that's all I can do. Just keep doing that on a daily basis. And this is why I keep showing up on a daily basis. Again, today is especially because this is the 150th video in less than 3 months, less than 40 days. And all I can say that, yes, we made it. Thanks to you, thanks to your words of encouragement, thanks to your support, we finally made it. And yes, what I can say, the best is yet to come. Now you know what I do on a daily basis. Looking forward to sharing more with you in the days to come. Until then, take good care. And before I go, 3 things I'm kindly ask you to do. Number 1, please make sure you like this video. Number 2, please make sure you share this video. Number 3, please make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. I know who exactly is watching and how much you're actually being impacted by what we do on a daily basis. All right? Thanks again for watching. Talk to you soon.